All right. So, Evan, this chick
Yes,
right here, all right,
the lady.
she broke the internet for several weeks.
What's the deal?
Her name is Lady Dimitrescu, and she is 9 feet tall, massive.
Personality.
Well, sure, that too.
Hands.
But no, everybody and their mother was like, "Oh my God, she's so pretty."
Dude, and 9 feet tall. You can't miss her.
I mean, shit.
No, I haven't played Resident Evil. My girlfriend and I have been highly debating getting a Switch recently. I've thought back and forth about the Switch for years because I love Mario games. I like nostalgically once every couple of years we'll bust out the Game Boy and do a little Pokemon here and there. So yeah, we were just at our neighbors the other night playing Mario Kart, and that pretty much sealed the deal for us.
Mario. Okay, who is your go-to Mario Kart character?
I don't know if this is strange. They when I chose this person because we'd never played with our neighbors before, but they had a funny reaction to it. Dry bones. I'm a dry bones guy.
That's I think when we had Chevy on the show, we asked her about her Mario character, and I think she said Dry Bones too.
I could see that for Chevy for sure.
Yep. Toad is mine. That's my go-to.
Yep. My girlfriend Hannah is a Toad ride or die.
Absolutely. I had a Toad figure on my desk before I moved, and I guess I lost it, but I was gonna grab it and show you, but
You need
apparently
another
I
one.
don't have it. I do. Actually, my sister has a 3D printer, and she 3D
Ah,
printed me like a Toad figurine.
that's awesome.
Pretty sweet. Yeah, Toad ride or die all day.
Who's your go-to, Ian?
So y'all said dry bones, and back in the day, I'll circle back to Mario Kart here in a minute. But dude, do y'all ever play Super Mario Baseball on the Nintendo GameCube?
I have not.
You know what? I don't know. I maybe when I was a kid I had rented it, but not being a non-gamer, like I said, the most up-to-date gaming system that I own is a GameCube, and I have about 30 games for it, but unfortunately Mario Baseball has been one that's eluded me. But I got Luigi's Mansion, I got I got Mario Party,
Yes,
I got some of the heavy hitters for sure, but there's still a few holes in the collection that I need to fill.
Mario Party ruins friendships. It's a good idea at the time. Like, oh, we should play Mario Party. No, and then everyone starts stealing your stars, and
Yeah,
then all hell breaks loose.
then it's 4.5 hours later, and you're like, this has got to be done soon, right? And you're like, oh no, we got half the game left.
Well, at any rate, Dry Bones was one of my favorites to pick when playing Super Mario Baseball. But if we're talking Mario Kart, I'm a Waluigi guy,
You
dude. I'm
right, you
always
love
Ah,
scheming.
Waluigi.
Yeah.
okay. I can see the Waluigi energy on you.
He's always scheming. He's up to something.
He really
Yeah,
is.
it's I'm a big Yoshi guy as well.
Ooh.
Love a Yoshi. So yeah, pretty much anything in that universe. So being that the Switch is the only place I believe that you can play those kinds of games, I think a Switch is soon in my future. Plus, basically everybody that I know that tours has a Switch for travel purposes, and I've just been kind of white knuckling it thus far. But it's time. It's time to grow up and just get a Switch already.
I just got a Switch like a couple months ago. I got my sister's old one. She gave it to me for my birthday. I
Yeah,
wanted one so bad, but I could not bring myself to buy one. I just couldn't do it.
yeah. That's
You
kind
have a
of where I've been.
Switch?
Yeah, I do have a Switch. Just recently I got a Switch. Yeah. I'm hip with the culture now. I'm up to date.
Damn.
So you must have a Switch, yeah, Ian?
I don't. No, I have an Xbox. What is it? Series X.
No, I'm
Gotcha.
still running Xbox One. Let's go.
See, okay, I say that the only thing I have is a GameCube. A few years ago, I got gifted an Xbox, kind of randomly, and so I believe it's an Xbox One, which sat around in my apart or like my house for a year and a half until Hogwarts Legacy came out, And if there was ever anything that was going to get me on the gaming train, it was that.
Yeah, I have not played that one yet. I played Red Dead Redemption 2 and that one. That I'm hooked still on that. I played it once on my second playthrough, but I don't want to get to the end again. I'm not going to spoil anything, but
See, I've heard tons about that as well. Also interesting.
it's
What are
such
you
a
crushing, Ian? We ripping cold ones on this Thursday night?
Oh, dude, I was so pissed at the end of my day today. So I left work. I went straight to the gym. I'm like, today's like the end of the day just pissed me off so violently. I'm like, I gotta go work out. Like
Mhm.
I'm gonna strangle somebody. So
Dude,
went to the
no
gym.
feeling.
Yeah, went and got canes, and now I'm probably gonna grab another cold one here in a minute. But yeah, I'm ripping cold ones. I am.
My man, no shame. Yeah, whether it's a bad day, where do you work? What is your day job?
Hertz rental car.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep. I can imagine
I
that that can be frustrating from time to
I detest the general public. I really do.
time.
People are just so entitled, and when they don't get their way, they're like, I'm gonna cancel you, bro. I'm gonna cancel you. Say something stupid. Say something stupid right now.
Yeah, I'm sure that it's difficult to have this perspective as somebody who works there, but at least as an outsider, watching in on those situations, I feel like places like rental car places or the airport slash on an airplane, places like that are sort of where you wind up getting the worst version of people, because of the very environment. They're renting this car from you. They need this thing right now. They're spending money on it, and they're not really concerned that you're a human being who's like, has emotions and it has interests and stuff like that. You're just kind of the in between place from them getting what they paid for. So I feel for you there, buddy. That probably can be a tough spot to be in. But hey, we have the gym and we have cold ones to make it all better. So
We do. We do. We're good. We're gravy. We're
dude,
gravy. I leave.
if I don't get to the gym, I mean, at the most, like if I go more than a couple days without being able to get some sort of exercise, whether it's going to the gym or going outside and walking around and getting sun on me, I start getting real squirrely. I start looking for stuff to do. I start cleaning parts of the house that I didn't even know were there for the last year and a half. And then I go to the gym for an hour and I think, oh yeah, no, everything's fine. Everything's just as fine as it was before. I just forgot.
Dude, you look like you've been hitting the gym. Look at his arms, Victoria.
Thanks,
I
My
I
man,
know.
my man's
thanks,
getting
man.
big.
Yeah, when this year I've had a decent amount more time off work than I have the last couple of years. So during the breaks, I don't have a lot to do. So most of what I prioritize doing is getting to the gym, getting outside. Been doing a lot of fishing, doing a lot
Oh,
of fishing this year.
lucky. So lucky. I went fishing once this year
Yeah.
for like a day and that
What's what's the weather like where you're at right now? This time of year, what goes on?
right now it is very hot, very warm. Really depends. Our summers are like your guys's. We get
Yeah.
really hot weather. A lot of wind because Saskatchewan is very flat, not a lot of coverage.
Yep.
Um, this year we've been lucky though, not a lot of wind, which is nice because when it is very hot out, like when it's like 90 degrees or 100 degrees and it's windy, that
Hmm.
hot wind is not fun. Um, but no, it's usually pretty nice this time of year.
What city? What city do you live in again?
I'm in Nashville.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep,
Oh, that's
I'm in
cool.
Nashville. From Lincoln, Nebraska originally, moved to California in 2017, and I've been in Nashville for just over 3 years now. Very musical,
Yep. Big music city.
very
Big music
musical, but
city.
a lot. It feels like it kind of split the difference between Nebraska, where there's very, very little, music or entertainment or anything going on, and LA, where it's like it's, level 10 of everything out there. Nashville feels like it kind of splits the difference because it's still very musical, but it kind of feels like, I don't know, the people and their dispositions are very similar to the Midwest. Southern hospitality kind of stuff, and people are just very nice. And when I first got out here and started talking to people who do gigs around town, or just talking about getting involved in the scene, I was shocked how many people who had work were so eager to offer it up to somebody new. Whereas a lot of my experience in LA was people were kind of gatekeepy of work. And if you had a gig or you had something that you were doing, there was much more of a reluctance to try to bring somebody in to get that, because if you bring somebody else in, then that means that you have less. Um, so yeah, I like Nashville a lot. The weather's great. I live like 30 minutes outside of downtown, so it's almost kind of rural where I am. Like we're pretty close to farmland even. So it's very quiet and calm where I'm at most of the time, but it's very easy for me to get downtown to where all the craziness is, and a lot of the gigs. I mean, the Broadway downtown scene of musicianship is a totally different beast that is like, I have such a respect for people that do that kind of gigging scene. Um, have you ever talked much with somebody, Victoria, that is sort of like from that world of gigging?
I don't think so. Like just the very like repetitive gigging kind of thing. Like
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
I don't think so.
yeah. The Broadway thing is kind of its own beast because, as opposed to the gigs that, you and I think are more used to, where it's a band, same people,
Mhm.
most of the time. You get these scheduled gigs, pretty much what the set list is going to look like, the order of it, and you kind of, it's a little bit plug and play in that sense, but you kind of know a lot of the variables before you get into it. The Broadway cats do these 4-hour gigs, um, and it's basically you just get up and start playing songs when people show up, or if it's later in the night and people are already there. All of it is request based.
Yeah, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. That you
So
just
people just call
yeah.
songs out, or bands will offer up. They'll pass like a tip jar or a tip bucket around and say, gets to the end of the night when people have been partying and drinking whatever, and then somebody goes, "All right, who wants to hear Freebird? It's $100. Throw it in the bucket if you want to hear it." Um, and the adaptability and the amount of song catalog that you just need to know, or if you don't know the entire song, have the ability to kind of like make up what you don't know.
Mhm.
And somebody will yell out, "All right, here's the song. You don't know it. It's in E. Start on the four and
Yeah.
just follow along. You're gonna solo 2/3 of the way through it." And that to me is like a level of musicianship that is pretty impressive.
Hmm. Oh yeah, that hearing about that just gives me anxiety. Just that level. It's so quick paced. It's insane.
Yeah. To be honest, me too, still a bit. Because of course, moving to Nashville, that's something I wanted to get more involved with, and I've wanted to get more involved with. For better or for worse, most of my time since moving here has been so booked up with teching and staying busy doing that, which I'm very happy about. But it just hasn't left me a lot of time to sort of get involved in that circuit. But same, I've gone and watched friends play there last year, right after Hailstorm did the Ozzy Back to the Beginning show. As soon as I got back, I went and saw a friend of mine play on Broadway, and he plays bass and he sings. And so I went up to request a song, and I wanted him to do "Mama, I'm Coming Home," but I was like, I want you guys to do that, and I want him to sing it. And I don't think a single person in the group, there was like, 5 people. I don't think any single one of them knew how to play the song 100%, but each one of them was like, "Oh yeah, I know the groove, I know the solo I'll do the harmony kind of like this. Watch me for this cue, and they killed it. They just like made it happen, and it was awesome. And if you didn't know, you would have thought that they rehearse it every day and play that song 4 times a week downtown. So it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and that's just the beauty of music too. Like you can wing it a lot of the time, and
Yeah.
chances are no one else in like is gonna know if, you played the verse progression wrong or whatever. Like
Mhm.
it's really like Ian, you probably would not pick that up at all. I guarantee that you would not notice. You'd just be grooving. You'd have all your beers and you'd be jamming.
But see, isn't there like such an awesome innocence to that kind of? Because it is such a great thing to learn more about something you're interested in or a craft that you're interested in, like music. And I'm a huge believer, especially as somebody who, after 10 years of playing guitar on my own, I finally went to school and started learning, harmony and theory in the rule book. I'm a big believer that even just a little bit of that knowledge goes a super long way. Like you don't have to know top to bottom everything about music theory or whatever, but if you know some of the basics, like it can help you make really big strides and whatnot. But it's like the trade-off with gaining knowledge about something is that once you gain that knowledge, like you kind of learn how the magic trick happens
Mhm.
and you can't really put the rabbit back into the hat at a certain point. And so like you trade knowledge for innocence a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, I'm filling in on bass for like this reggae gig tomorrow. Have I
Nice.
ever played reggae music? No. Do I listen to it? Absolutely not. But really just, figure out your chord progression, do a little arpeggio scale, away.
Uh-huh.
Like I showed up to the first practice and it's with the drummer in my other band. So it's his other band that they needed the bass
Mhm.
player for. So he was like, "Oh, do you ever play reggae?" I'm like, "No." And he was like, "Oh, okay, well, we'll see how this goes." So I started playing it, and he was like, "You said you never played that before." I'm like, "I don't. I just understand music to a level where I can just absolutely pretend like I know what I do, like what I'm
Yep.
doing."
And isn't that an awesome freedom to be able to have?
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels great. But even like even going to shows now, um, big shows, small shows, especially bigger shows that have different levels of production and watching bands change over. Whereas when I was a kid, I would go to a show and it was like everything I was seeing, I didn't know anything about the inner workings of it. So it was just all hitting me as, part of the entertainment process. And now, again, for better or worse, I'll watch shows and I think to myself, oh, I just saw that, something must have happened with the guitar because the tech just came out and did something. Or, wow, this changeover is going like 5 minutes long. I wonder what's going on. Or changeover happens 5 minutes faster than it was supposed to. I wonder who gets a pat on the back for doing this so well back there. And there's a lot of those things that, yeah, once you kind of see it, know how the sausage is made, you can't really like go back on it.
Yes,
I
indeed.
have a question.
What's
Well, I have two.
up?
Can I go get another beer?
No.
Please.
And then I've got a real question, but we're
A
just putting
follow
a
up?
pin in this
Yeah,
for
but
one
you got to bring
second.
me one.
Shit, I'll bring two.
You just don't get to
I'll
drink one.
I'll drink one for you.
Yes, please, please do. If I had Brucey's at my house, I'd join you. So that's awesome. You're playing a reggae gig soon. I've never done a reggae gig before.
Yeah, it's for a like pre-wedding party thing. So
Nice.
tomorrow night, and then I'm doing a little Saskatchewan tour with a country artist from BC.
And we're back.
What
Yeah.
were those beers under your bed?
No, my condo's so my condo's about 1,000 square feet, maybe a little bit more. The
Yeah.
deck is ridiculously big for no reason. It's freaking huge. But my kitchen is
Huge
like,
deck on this guy.
hmm?
I said huge deck on this guy.
Oh, yeah, no, huge deck on this guy. I just got a bar set up out there. I got some rugs. I'm going to get some lights,
Fancy.
TV. I'm stoked. I really am. But my kitchen is like right there. So I can just walk, make a left, and I'm there. And yeah,
You have a
pretty
roommate or is
close.
this a bachelor pad?
This is a bachelor pad. This is my first big boy purchase, right?
Nice. Good for you, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very, very excited. I'm waiting on a couch. I have a chair where a couch should be, but
Mhm.
There was a little
Ashley fumbled
situation with
the
the
whole
couch.
situation. I'm so pissed off. I really am. But anyway,
No wonder you got cold ones in the fridge.
no, literally, dude. This past week and a half has just been a fuck Ian like time, a time of fucking Ian.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
You're being tested for some reason.
oh, I'm being tested.
Some weeks it's like that, man. Some weeks, some months, some years sometimes. What do you I guess I'm curious about this for both of you if you have an answer, but what do you do in those kinds of situations to like get yourself back down to zero or to try to snap yourself out of a woe is me, like why is this all happening to me kind of how do you stop yourself from being the main character in that story?
I'm not even bullshitting you, dude. I'm not even
Fair
kidding.
enough.
If I have a really stressful day, one time, oh my God, it's bliss. It's great.
That's hilarious. Great answer.
No, I mean, okay, well, there's that. And then
We'll
I'm
just
a
assume
psycho.
Victoria's is the same.
Oh my God. Oh boy, you guys.
Yeah, she has a massive hog that
Yes.
we don't get to see it, but it's there.
It's like Bigfoot.
No comment.
You guys are fun. I miss you guys.
Well, we missed you too.
Yeah,
So
we
it's
missed you too,
fun.
man.
I was trying to think of the last one of these we done together.
It was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I thought so now, which is crazy. It doesn't seem like it was that long, but
I think it was last year. I really do.
No, it was 2 years ago, I think.
Are
I'll
you
check.
sure?
I'm pretty sure.
because I thought that when we did it, I was just coming off of finishing up with the struts and starting to work with Hailstorm, and this is now my third year with Hailstorm.
Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
thought it
sure.
was the boat.
It was Shiprock. Yeah, because we were talking about the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
you're
that.
right. You're right. Yep. You're so completely right.
It
To
was.
answer your question, though, in all seriousness, like all bullshit aside, I think the gym is just such a great outlet for people who have anxiety and stress, ADHD, pretty
Totally.
much any mental affliction you can be afflicted with. Um, just going to the gym for an hour, hour and a half, and then hitting, like, if you are given this option, it is transcendent. Highly recommend. They have a hydro massage bed. Oh my God. If it is not bliss for 10 minutes, just getting rubbed down by a waterbed, it's great. It's fantastic.
They have those at the gyms that I use as well, and I've never used one of them. Um, I don't know why.
Where do you go?
I go to Planet Fitness.
Yes.
Yeah, which I
Yes.
figured as much. When you mention
My
that,
God.
it's like the only amenity aside from the tanning beds that Planet Fitness has. Um, but that's fine. That's fine. It's cheap and they're everywhere. And so for bouncing around as much as I am, it's by far the best thing. I wish so badly that they had saunas because I love a sauna, but that's all right. We make our trades. Um, you had a question, Ian. I don't want to brush past this. You had the post beer question.
I do. So recently, and I'm sure you've been here before, but if not, that's pretty shocking. But at any rate, um, New Orleans, Louisiana
Yes.
was a spot I went to with some buddies for St. Patrick's Day this year.
Awesome.
And you were talking about the culture in Nashville, Tennessee, and I really just want to know if there are any, because both cities, in my mind's eye, are big music cities, especially for the culture. And
Yep.
I just want to know for you, seeing as how you've been to both places and you've experienced both places when it's jumping,
Mhm.
what would you say are some similarities and some differences between the two cities
Mhm.
if you had to pick a few?
Yeah, cool question. I haven't spent like a whole ton of time in New Orleans, not like compared to how much time I've spent in Nashville now, but I've definitely been to New Orleans on 3 or 4 different occasions, and I've had myself an obligatory Bourbon Street night that I don't remember a thing about, and like got the beignets and everything like that. So I've experienced it a little bit, and similarities wise, I think that the level of how important music or how integral music is to the culture of the people who are there is very similar. Like it's in their DNA as much as anything else is, and the food and all that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, I remember seeing a really good. There was a jazz club that I went to on one occasion while I was there. It was the only time that I ever guitar teched for the Warning, which love the Warning. You guys are familiar with them, right? You know those girls? Yes. Awesome. So early on when I was guitar teching, I had become friends with them when Lilith had done a tour with them and Hailstorm and the Pretty Reckless. And then right when we finished that tour, they were staying out and about, and I was just going to be off. And I thought, well, if you guys need some help, I would love to stay on the road and work with you guys because they were friends, anyways. So we were in New Orleans, and we went to this place called the Dungeon that the Hailstorm Camp had suggested to us. It's a metal bar that's kind of through an alley a little bit. It's sort of a if you know, you know kind of place. So we went there and the front of house guy for the Warning wanted to see a jazz band play in New Orleans because, like, of course, it's what you do. So we got suggested to go to this place nearby, and they said, "All right, the jazz club is cool, but if you want to see, they have like a speakeasy there, and so if you tell the person at the front door that I think it was that you want to see the vampire, or you want to meet the vampire or something, they'll show you this speakeasy." So sure enough, we went there, front of this jazz club. It's like tons of people, and they're doing, playing the upright bass and like really playing cool New Orleans jazz. And we said, "Hey, we want to see the vampire." And so this person like got up out of their seat at the door, walked us through the club back to a wall that they kind of knock and it opens up. And they took us upstairs to this I don't know, like an upper apartment kind of area, condo apartment area. And there were just people hanging out, having drinks, and it was real dark lit and very kind of witchy, ethereal vibe up there, candles. And there was somebody who was making absinthe drinks, like proper drip on the sugar cube into a little shot glass kind of absinthe drinks. So that was incredibly cool. I realized that was a little bit tangential, but those kinds of things I think are really cool and sort of similar in the two places in the sense that it's music and the events that go down in the downtown areas and the togetherness of people is very similar. Um, Difference wise, in my experience, I don't know. Like off the top of my head, I kind of think that they're more similar maybe than they are different. Differences being type of music that's prominent, of course. Nashville, I think, leans more pop, country, still plenty of classic rock and that sort of thing. But certainly country is like, you know, Nashville roots. Um, and yeah, out there, I remember the first time that I went there, the people that I was in a band with, we just drove ourselves in a Dodge Caravan around the country for a month. And as soon as we pulled into Bourbon Street in the afternoon and got out of the van, right on the corner with virtually nobody watching them. It was just they were just playing music because they played music. Again, somebody with an upright bass, somebody who's on a washboard, you know, jazz band just playing killer jazz music on the corner. I think that that's my long-winded answer to a wonderful question, solid question. If you ever wind up back in New Orleans, ask about the dungeon.
Take notes. Write it
Mhm.
down.
I'll be taking notes because
Dungeon's awesome. Yeah, shout out Joe Hottinger in the Hailstorm Camp for the recommendation to go there because it was as advertised. Dark, skulls all over the place, blaring metal music.
There you go, Ian. You'll go there next
I
week.
made notes. I took notes. I told the boys, I said, next time we're there, we're going to the dungeon.
Yeah, that's the spot for sure. Who have you had on recently that I
Uh,
would know? I know.
Funny enough, the last person we interviewed was Lilith.
Oh, really? That was the last one you did.
Yeah. So that would have been the
That's
As
last.
it
awesome.
just so happens,
Yeah,
Just so
that's
happy.
awesome.
I almost pissed down my leg.
She bullied you the entire time, and I loved it so much.
Listen, you know what? Let her bully me. I don't care. She's fun. She's pretty. She's nice. And she's funny.
Yeah,
Let her pick on me. I don't care. I'm here
she's
for it.
she's absolutely all those things. She loves to play ball like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that the one that you did where you mentioned about at the show when you like was it a chicken noise?
Horse
No.
neighed at her.
Nay, yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hilarious. It was fun watching her face go from
Yeah, to
confusion
all of a sudden it
to
just
like
clicked. It was
to
just like,
remembering and to putting the pieces back together. That was pretty hilarious. Yeah, I
yeah.
I
saw
can't
that.
believe she remembered that shit. I really can't. I cannot believe she remembered.
When when was that show?
This was in July of 2019. I was almost 19 or
Okay.
20. I can't remember which. No, it was 20. I was almost 20. And it was like 5 days before my 20th birthday. It was in St. Louis, Missouri at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. I met you. I met Lonnie Eagleton. I met Andy. And I met Lilith. I don't know if I met Justice. I don't know if I met Lindsay, but I met you, Lilith, Lonnie, Andy. And it was a spectacular day through and through. Really. I mean, it was pretty
And
good.
rainy. Wasn't that like the show that almost got rained out?
Yeah, it was. Almost
You
got
were
rained
wearing
out.
you had a poncho on.
That's what sparked the whole damn thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I so that show on Disrupt was the closest show that came to Nebraska. So I told all my family like, hey, I know I mean, St. Louis basically where that is like 6 hours from Lincoln, Nebraska. So I said, this is as close as it's gonna get. If anybody's free and wants to spend a day doing this, it would be awesome. But I totally understand. If not, it's a long ways. So my mom and my dad and one of my mom's sisters and a few of our family members spent all morning driving there, and we're just going to see the show and then drive right back and do a full long day of the travel to make it happen. And I knew that they were driving 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours into it. And I'm watching the weather and we're watching it just flood basically inside there. And I'm thinking, they're going to drive 6 hours and this show's going to get canceled. And then they're going to have to turn around and go right back home 6 more hours having seen no show. But fortunately, that didn't happen. And we got to meet you, Ian, and the show went on. And you got to neigh at her.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Dude, we got to show this to her if we get the chance. We really do.
Yeah, that's awesome. That was a good conversation that you guys had. I saw that she just did like some work tour stuff.
Yeah, her and Andy
Yeah.
had hosted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're funny. I saw Andy's interview with Papa Roach.
Uncle Bug.
Yeah.
The one with Kellen Quinn was so funny. I don't know if you saw that one or not.
I didn't. I need to once I've scrolled past that one and I saw, you can see people that comment whatever, and I saw multiple people say things that made me think, oh, I really need to watch this and see what's going on here because this has got
Oh my
people's
God.
attention for sure.
People thought that Andy was dead serious, like trolling these people, and it was like, it's a
Yeah.
joke, it's a bit, calm
Yeah.
down.
Yes. He's
It's like, did you ever, and you're in your 30s, right,
mhm.
Evan? Did you ever watch Triumph the Insult Comic Dog?
No. I've
Look
never
it
heard
up.
of this.
Look it up. So it started on Conan O'Brien, right?
Okay.
And it's this dude, he's Middle Eastern, and he has like a Rottweiler dog puppet.
Oh, puppet? Yeah, yeah, yeah. With the cigar?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. He
Yeah,
just
I know
goes
what you're talking
around
about.
roasting people. It is the funniest damn thing. He covers elections, Comic Con, you name it, he's there just roasting people. That's what it kind of made me think of. I'm like, okay, get him a puppet. Get this man a puppet.
Yeah. It felt very much also like Between Two Ferns. You ever
That's
seen that?
Yes.
exactly what he was
Yeah.
going
Yes.
for.
That or like Eric Andre or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, man of culture, I see. A
Yeah.
man of
Yeah, I
culture.
guess
Yeah,
we
yeah,
call it
yeah.
that. Yeah, I honestly had no idea what that dog puppet's name was. I know exactly what you're talking about, but I never knew. Um, Random throwback. Have you ever seen this sort of deal? But did you guys ever watch Celebrity Deathmatch?
I've heard the name, but I don't know what it is.
There's some things when I look back, even 10, 15 years ago, that played on mainstream, VH1 or MTV or those sorts of things that I cannot believe was ever just playing on anytime watchable TV. But Celebrity Deathmatch was a wrestling show of celebrities, but it was claymation. So it'd be like claymation Marilyn Manson and Paris Hilton or whatever, and they would just like rip each other in half, and there'd be claymation blood and guts everywhere and all this like profanities and whatnot, and incredible show. But it's like to think of that being on now, there's just no way. I feel like there's no way that something like that would fly.
I'm sorry, my money's on Marilyn Manson. I gotta be
I
honest.
Yeah. I feel that's probably the case as well. Even Headbangers Ball. Did you guys watch Headbangers Ball? So also MTV around, I mean, Headbangers Ball started a long time ago in the 80s, but even up until when I was first getting into music, which was like, I guess 20 years ago now, Headbangers Ball would play on MTV at pretty, regular times, not like 2 in the morning or anything. And it was all just the new metal music and metal music videos that were out. Um, like really heavy stuff as well. And to think about that now, if they would have that show just on regular MTV in between any of the other, reality shows that go on, so many of the people watching it would be like, oh my God, what's everybody screaming about?
Yeah, I didn't really grow up with the MTV too much.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 23, so kind of on the end of that, but
You're 23.
Yeah, she's a baby. She's a
Wow.
baby.
I hate telling people how old I am because then everyone's like, "Oh, you're such a baby," and I'm like, "I want to be treated like a baby."
Well, I tell you what, it could last longer than you think. I still got that until I was like 30, 29 or 30, whatever. And every year I got older, I thought, surely people are going to stop saying this. And then, somebody would say it and I would think, wow, all right, having a pretty good run. But now that you mention that, I haven't got that in a year or two. I think I'm finally over the
Rip.
over the hump where people are like, oh, you're 32? Yeah, I believe that.
It's those muscles, I'm telling you. Those
Yeah,
muscles.
maybe it's that.
You need to have muscles on your muscles. You need to have
Yeah.
muscles on your eyeballs.
Yes, SpongeBob.
But hold on. Didn't we interview Lonnie and he was like, what's epic rap battles of
Oh my
history?
God. Yeah, at the
Yeah,
Bells of History, he didn't know what it was. This was when Casty was on the show with us. He was like,
yeah.
"What's that?" And we're like, "Oh my God." And then Llamas with Hats and Charlie the Unicorn. We were like, "You have homework?" He was like, "I have to go to Costco after this." And we're like, "No, you don't. You're gonna go and watch everything that we just told you."
Well, I hate to be the burster of bubbles, but I'm not sure that I know what this epic rap battles of history is
Oh
either.
my gosh. It's
Yeah.
What?
like the so many. Ian,
What?
explain.
The other ones I know. Charlie the Unicorn, yes.
Absolutely classic.
Llamas with
What's
hats?
Llamas with hats.
I'm 50-50 on that. It rings a bell, but
I'm gonna be completely honest. I haven't really watched Llamas with Hats, but I know the deal with Llamas with Hats, if that makes sense. I at least am aware of it and I've seen clips of it, but yeah, Lonnie had no,
Man.
and it was very upsetting. And I said, I can't believe we're even friends.
what's this rap battles thing?
Epic rap battles of history. It's like, okay, here's one. I think this is like the very first one. Abraham Lincoln versus Chuck Norris. There's a connection between the two, right? Like oh, Michael Jackson and Elvis Presley. That was one of them. They're both the king of pop and the king of rock and roll, right? So
Sure. Was this a show?
this is
Yeah,
a show on YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. I got homework as well then. I
Yeah.
The
mean,
new ones are pretty mid, but the old ones,
Yeah, I'm
they're
I'm
pretty
going
good.
through the channel and I want like the very like old ones. Oh my God, they did a Mario Bros and the Wright brothers.
Yep, that's good.
that's
Right.
awesome. Do either of you listen to rap music at all? Rap or hip hop?
I
Oh shit.
Victoria's face. That's
We
so
we
good.
were
can't do it.
we were going to talk about guilty pleasures, right?
Yes, this is a very good segue into that. Pleasure music
Indeed.
outside
You
of
don't
rock.
listen to like any rap, any, not at all.
Eminem's okay. Mhm.
I mean, you were just at the beginning of this talking about your adoration for Yeah by Usher.
Okay, I
I don't know
that's
that that's
like
rap necessarily.
2000s club music, okay? Uh,
Okay.
rap like the crotch grabbing and the not my thing. It's just not my thing.
I only condone it when the person is grabbing their own crotch.
Well, Michael Jackson did that.
That's true.
Very-
Maybe most famously.
Mhm.
Yeah, but his music's top notch, though. You can't really dog on Michael
Funny enough, you
Jackson.
bring up Michael Jackson. Lonnie and I he's teaching me the Beat It solo right now. So funny enough,
Nice.
we're
That's
doing
a that's got to I mean that's in like the 50 must know guitar solos as a
my
guitar player.
problem is I am so bad. Okay, that Avenged Sevenfold song that you and me did, that broke me. Oh my God, did that break me?
I think you broke it because
I was
you came out on top.
I was like, why did I ask Evan to do this? It's gonna sound like absolute shit. I'm like, this is
Didn't
so bad. I can't post this. Oh
wasn't.
my God, it was
No, that
crazy.
was awesome.
But
What song did you guys do?
Hail to the King. You didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it?
Send it to me.
It's all we posted it.
All over the
Did
internet,
you?
bro.
Which, by the way, Joe from Hailstorm liked it.
Hell yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Yep.
But yeah, okay, go ahead.
To be fair,
It's always to be fair. We went over to Lilith too. We were talking about something with Lilith, and he to be fair, and I was like, enough with this. It's always to be fair.
listen, I've been watching Game of Thrones religiously, okay?
Nice.
So come on, come here, Greg.
Fair enough. That's an undertaking. My girlfriend and I just watched it for the first time. What would it be like from the start of the year? Because once the Night of the Seven Kingdoms came out, we watched the first episode of that, and we thought this is kind of silly if we're gonna watch this and we haven't seen any of the rest of the Game of Thrones universe. So then we immediately watched episode 1 through the end of Game of Thrones in one shot. Then we watched all of House of Dragon through one shot, finished Knights of the Seven Kingdom, and so now we're keeping up every week as House of Dragon comes out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, who's that?
Uh-oh. So do you listen to rap?
Me?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah?
I love rap, dude. I really do. Uh, dude, I will listen to just about anything you put on. It
Yeah.
could be Slaughter to Prevail. It can be Men at Work.
Nice.
It could be Paramore. It could be Lady Gaga or Katy Perry or Luke Bryan, Jason Aldean, Skrillex, Skillet. The list goes on. I'll listen to anything. I'll listen
That's
to
awesome.
any song once. Once.
I love that. I love the open-mindedness and the acceptance of music just for the sake of being music. I've really at different times tried to work that out of myself because at certain times I've been kind of pigeonholed or I've been against the genre for no good reason at all. And then later on, either it just clicked for me at a different time or I gave it a chance for the first time. And it's great. It's like there's no reason that you can't take all of it in. Now, I even asking about rap and hip hop, I don't currently listen to very much rap or hip hop, but when I was in high school, it was for a few years for sure, like the my most listened to genre by far. Um, yeah, loved it. These days, the genre that I finally got into that I never thought I would and I never thought I'd care to think about for the last year, been into jazz. Finally happened.
Listen, jazz music is amazing. Love
Yeah,
jazz.
there's a few occasions where I listen to jazz. Um, it started because I do like morning journaling every day, or I try to do it every day, and it's called morning pages. You write 3 full notebook pages of just stream of consciousness stuff right when you wake up, and it takes me about 45 minutes. And so I started listening to jazz then because I can't listen to anything that has vocals or lyrics. It distracts me too much from focusing on writing. But jazz or classical or instrumental folk stuff or whatever works really well for me. But yeah, journaling and listening to jazz is my entry into it. And I never thought I was going to care. I've always liked watching jazz be performed in person because watching the musicians play off each other and improvise and do all that kind of stuff right off the cuff is super impressive. But yeah, I'm a jazz guy now.
Jazz is great.
I never thought.
Lonnie taught me a whole unit in jazz, and I absolutely loved it. It was so tough learning a lot of the chords and all that kind of stuff, but it was it was great. Yes, Ian,
I have a question.
what's up?
Let's hear it.
Two. One, Evan, have you listened to Sticker Tattoos by the Eagleton Guitar Duo?
No, I haven't, but I need to do a dive into them because of course I love Lonnie and he's a incredible guitar player, incredible musician, and there's no way that anything that he puts his hands on musically is not fantastic. So
It's very good. I did a cover for
Okay.
tattoos, and it's fun to play too.
yeah, I'm excited to look into that. I was excited to see that they were doing it.
What's your part two?
Ian?
Who are you talking to?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy? Guess.
Wow.
Guess who it was?
Disappears from her own podcast for a while and plays it off like it didn't even happen.
Yeah, I know, right?
I was talking to Galen. It's Nosy McGee. That's who I was talking.
Wow. talking to another woman's man. How scandalous.
Don't even bring that up because I have been called a homewrecker before, apparently, to Galen because we did those solo jazz shows together, and apparently to people that meant I'm a homewrecker and I was stealing Galen from his family. So
What?
welcome to being a female musician where everybody thinks
Yeah,
you're dating the whole band or sleeping with the band, or because you're not talented at all, you just are sleeping your way to the top.
I feel for you, girl. I really do. I I don't know personally, but I fully believe and understand the realness of that whole sentiment.
Oh my God, it's the amount of times I've played shows and people have come up to me and Quinn, so the singer of the band I play in, and ask if we're together, how long we've been together. Oh my God, you guys are so cute together. It's like, no, we're not together. Yeah, and then Galen, people were like, "You're gonna be a home wrecker." I'm like, "I'm just here to play some jazz. That's it. That's
Yeah,
it."
it's like awful that that's the case, and obviously not just in musical shoes, but in I mean
Oh,
virtually any shoes. But there's certainly been times where I have been out and about with camps where, first of all, like every professional musical situation I've been a part of thus far, whether it be as a player or as a tech, fortunately, because this is like I much prefer this sort of work environment, but every camp that I've ever worked with has multiple awesome, badass chicks that are either in the band or are on the crew or are running the show, basically, whether it's there or on the back end in a managerial position. But yeah, I've totally been out to bars or whatnot before, after a show or on a day off or something like that, and somebody at the bar will start chatting to me and a couple other of the guys, and they'll be like, "Oh man, you guys are in a band. Like, what do you do? Oh, you play guitar. What are you? Drums, this and that." And then they'll get to whoever, um, the lady or the ladies are with us, and they'll say, "And whose girlfriend are you?" And it's just like, bro, she's the tour manager. Like, she's the boss. You got this so
Yeah.
backwards and twisted. It
Hmm.
sucks. I feel for you.
Oh my God, it's insane.
Yep, I know. It's a brutal truth. I wish that wasn't the way it is, but
Were they ever
that's
like catcalling you on stage? Like, ah.
I've gotten surprisingly not that much. Once I got kind of not catcalled necessarily, but someone like kind of asked for my phone number on stage, which was I hate being the center of attention. Let me do my
yeah,
thing. I'm here playing for so and so. I'm just hanging back. Like
And you
yep,
didn't say yes?
I couldn't see who it was. The lights, Ian, when you're on stage, the lights are like in your face and you can really see like you can only see the first like two rows of people. It was someone in the back. I couldn't even see who it was. I'm
Yeah, it
not
could have been some 82-year-old bald man. Like,
it really
I
that's not my thing, you know.
don't
I
know.
that's not my thing. I'm not into that. So,
this the stage fright slash stage freezing in the moment is so real. I remember when we did Shiprocked with Lilith. I had been on Shiprocked one time previously when I was playing bass for Hyro the Hero, and the Shiprock community is all super close. They've been going to it for years and years, and they're tons of incredible people, really great friends and fans. And I would, for the next 2 years after I did that with the Hyro guys, I would maintain my relationships with these people that I met in bands or fans or whatever. Fans would come out to all these shows that I would do, throughout the year and whatnot. And so by the time we were doing it with Lilith and she was playing a show in the theater, which is one of the more prominent venues, I guess, that's on the ship, I had tons of friends there and tons of people who, between every song, are kind of like cheering me on or like, yeah. And at at one point, Lilith was like, "Oh my God, like how many people do you have here? Why is everybody yelling for you?" And so I just was like, I'm kind of like you, Victoria.
don't
I
bug me
know it's
while I'm playing.
I know it's part of the deal,
Yeah.
that you're up on stage playing and performing and attention has to be on you. But I do not go jumping around like, pay attention to me, look at me. I want to be the one that everyone, focuses on. So having to talk and respond to this in real time or whatever, just kind of froze me up. And so somewhere along the line, somebody told me to tell a joke. And so everybody in the crowd was in like, yeah, tell a joke to be so funny. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know any jokes. They're like, come on, just tell us a knock knock joke. And I was so uncomfortable and so blank minded that I literally just said, yeah, I don't know any jokes. And it was the most disappointing bit ever because I just like bowed out of it and then we started the next song or something. But that has carried around with me ever since it happened. I'm like, geez, couldn't come up with one joke, nothing.
No, it's legit. Like it just your mind blanks, and I never talk on stage. That's just left to the singer. I don't put a mic in front of me. But we played a show. Well, the last show I played, we actually brought up one of my guitar students. He loves my band. So he learned one of our songs and he wanted to play it with us. So we let him come up and play. So of course I had to introduce him because he was my student. I was like, I hate the fact that I have to like talk in front of people right now.
Mhm.
I hate it. Just let me do my thing. Let me play, but don't make me talk.
We can hang back and play some bass.
Yeah, just let
So,
me just chill in the back, rip some bass lines. That's it.
I thought of something that I don't want to forget. This is about Lonnie. Okay. Have we ever gone over my Lonnie story about MVP POS of the day? Does this ring any bells?
No.
Okay, so this is a good story. I'm going to give you the Spark Notes version of it. So I met Lonnie in 2019 on Disrupt, and of course, it was a love affair with everybody in Lonnie right away. He's the most wonderful alien of a person that anybody could want to meet. And during that time, there was a game that would go on amongst some of the touring camps called MVP or POS the day, where when the end of the day rolled around, you had to pick somebody who did something awesome and you had to pick somebody that did something not awesome. Um, and you couldn't pick yourself, and it was just like a playful kind of thing to, poke some fun at each other and keep things lighthearted. Well, I found out at the time that Lonnie was doing a lot of remote guitar work, and he was a part of this site. I don't even remember what it was called now, but you
Sound
could,
Better.
what is it?
Sound Better, I think, is the one that he was on.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's like where you make a profile and then people can go on there and seek out musicians and say, I have this song, I need a guitar solo, do that thing. So I found out that he was doing a lot of this, and I was trying to find more things to get involved with or different stuff to do. So I asked him about it one afternoon, and he was, very excited to talk to me about it. He was very open about everything and whatnot. And he said, yeah, actually, I just finished one today. And I said, oh my God, that's amazing. Will you please send me that? I want to hear what this sounds like. I would love to hear music that you made. Yeah, send it over to me and I'll listen to it right away. And he was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll email it to you. So he emails it over to me. And this is like the middle of the afternoon, right? Day goes on. I don't listen to it. I run into Lonnie and he was like, hey man, so did you get a chance to listen to that song yet? And I said, oh, no, sorry. I've been like running around doing stuff. I haven't been able to do it yet. But I will. I will. He's like, okay. Now, again, I asked him for this. It wasn't like he said, hey, I made this thing today. Do you want to see it? I asked. So by the end of the night, when we get together and we're doing MVP POS, it gets to Lonnie for his choices. And I forget who he said was MVP, but he chose me as his POS. And I was like, Lonnie, why? What did I do? And he goes, this afternoon, you pulled me aside to ask me about this situation and asked me to send you this song, and you didn't listen to it. When I did just that, and I thought, oh my God, this is the most rightfully earned POS badge that has ever been given out. and he was a sweetheart about it. But I've always found that very funny and a shining achievement of just me being ridiculous about that.
That definitely sounds very Lonnie.
Yeah, Lonnie's Lonnie's great. Always been really great.
I don't think he has a mean bone in his body.
No,
No,
not that I've seen.
no.
No.
He has just been very honest about he's my teacher, so I appreciate the honesty on a lot of things. If I created something that was absolute trash, will tell you, or
Yeah.
me anyway, that it wasn't my best work.
Hmm.
But not really mean. I mean, everyone has their off days where maybe they're not feeling like listening to an amateur butcher or something on guitar. So I mean, there have been days where, he is like, run it back. That absolutely sucked. But I appreciate the honesty. At least he's not just like, oh, great, yeah, sweet. Keep
Yeah,
trying.
that's true. It's a fine line to walk, but I do definitely respect when people are able to say that, especially when you're, at the end of the day, wanting that kind of feedback and that sort of, I mean, guidance. If you're, seeking out somebody's um, assistance and knowledge and whatnot in that way. I
Absolutely.
remember on that tour, he was very excited about all the different kinds of milk that he could try at catering. He was like, "It's amazing. There's oat milk and there's almond milk and there's just all
I
these kinds of milks."
I don't know what his obsession is with milk. And the funny thing is, dude broke his leg on a tour. You think that he'd have strong bones.
Yeah. Another crazy thing about him on that tour was we were talking about strings one day. I think that was maybe the second tour he had done with Andy. It was at least not the first. They had done something prior to it. And so we were talking about strings, and I think he told me that he used Elixir strings. And I asked him how often he changes his strings. He only had one guitar. It's not like he was bouncing through a bunch of guitars. And he said, "Oh, I don't know. These have been on here since the last tour." I was like, "What?"
Yeah, he is so bad for just, I swear, not taking care of, but keeping up on his maintenance on his instruments. It's insane. I change my strings so often, and
Yeah.
I don't even remember the last time these were changed. Okay, this bass, that's his, and it was
I
from,
saw that you got this.
yeah. Oh, and I have the other one too. Those are both his. But this one, he started playing with Andy Black. Okay,
Uh-huh.
this was his Andy Black bass.
Hmm.
I bought this bass from him in, was it 2023? And he had never changed the strings on them. So since he got it, it had the original strings that PRS put on them until I
Wow.
changed them.
I mean, teach their own. It's just like whatever people are into.
But it's so funny because Lonnie's very particular and meticulous, which is great about music and just
Hmm.
having such a good product. I always took him for a guy that like shined up his guitars and changed strings and always adjusted the height and everything. No, he's just very go with the flow
Hmm.
kind of guy, which is really funny.
Yeah, as like coming from a player perspective on both the bass and the guitar, when your strings have gotten a little bit older, have gotten some play on them, the tone of them changes quite a bit. So like the amount of treble that goes on with strings that are brand new versus strings that have been worn in for a while is pretty drastic. So like he must be attending to his tone shaping um based on that, I
Yeah.
guess.
Hmm.
Yeah, everybody's got different stuff.
Evan, did you
So,
know that Ian came to visit me last year?
No,
yeah.
I don't think.
He was up in Canada.
Ah!
We went mini golfing. He's so tall. Like this
Was
is,
this the first time you two had met each other?
yes.
Very first time.
No way.
We got
And I
matching tattoos.
towered.
Wow. You are tall.
We got matching tattoos. There we go. Sharks and rope.
Jeez, you two are adorable.
Yeah, she and her mom, I towered over them. I
You
had to
are
like
so
look
tall.
down. Like,
But
I,
I'm 5'3", so I'm not very tall to begin with.
How tall are you, Ian?
6'2".
Wow.
He's
Dude,
very.
you're like the chick on your shirt.
Hey, listen. Ooh.
Minus the big hands.
Oh yeah, the big hands.
So you've only met each other once at time in person?
Yep. And then it will be twice when I go down to the States in September. So, yeah.
Wow. Where are you going to be in the States?
Madison, Wisconsin.
Ah,
Yep. And then we're gonna take a
you're
drive up to Green Bay to go to the Packers Stadium. I want to go check that out. So, yeah,
cool.
should be fun.
And you're gonna
Cass,
go up and meet her?
yep.
Well, actually, I'm gonna pick her up from the airport.
Ian's my chauffeur for the week.
That is awesome. I love this.
Yep. And then Cassie and I are gonna do some Blackville Brides and Andy Black covers while I'm down there. So, because she's the one that plays flute. I don't know if you've seen those videos that
Cool.
I've done with her, but she plays flute. So we've done covers together in the past, but it'll be nice to actually do some in person. So
Yeah.
yeah, should be fun.
Green Bay. I need to look. You said what are the dates that you're there?
September 28th to October 5th.
Okay. I'll have to look at my schedule because Hailstorm is out with Baby Metal all of September, into the first couple days of October.
Ooh.
And
Wait,
yeah, see where the tour routing
I
is. I'm
swear if there's a show when I'm down there, or we're going. We gotta
Yeah,
go.
yeah, got to make that happen. I wish that I could tell you off the top of my head, but I mean,
Ian, are
the
you
worst
looking this
person that
up?
I know as far as remembering where tours are going.
Ian, are you looking this up?
yeah, because I got tickets to Baby Metal in September.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, well, yeah, it's Baby Metal and Hailstorm. What
Are you
show?
gonna Are you gonna be there?
I'm on the whole thing. Yeah.
We're having a beer.
Yeah, dude. Are you going to be in St. Louis?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Sweet. I need to look and see where the tour even goes. Like I literally don't know. I know we start in Denver, but other than that,
You guys are so
Hailstorm
lucky.
fucking rocks. I
You
love
yeah, dude.
Hailstorm. They're cool.
Hailstorm was good when I saw them. Yeah, it's a good show.
I'm I'm telling you, I tell this to everybody. I know that I'm automatically biased because I work for Lizzie and with Lizzie, but in my opinion, pound for pound, Lizzie is going to go down in rock and roll history as one of the greatest front people of all time. Don't care who it is, don't care what genre, don't care gender, whatever. I'd put Lizzie up against anybody. She's so good. She's so unbelievably good. It's frightening. And she looks like it's nothing. Probably because her and the band have done God knows how many thousands of shows together, year after year after year, and um, yeah, she's a beast.
Yeah, I don't listen to Hailstorm a whole lot, but I have a lot of respect for Hailstorm and Lizzie. I have a couple songs on my playlist of theirs, but yeah, they're really good. That show.
Dang, she's 42.
Yeah, yep,
She's 5'8".
yeah, she's the real deal. They just did a thing at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because they were doing like a women in metal deal, and you can't do a woman in metal situation without Lizzie being there. She was also the only female artist to be asked to play at the Ozzy Osbourne Black Sabbath last gig last year. Um, yeah, dude, she's the real deal musically and so literally the nicest, most genuine person to be around. We This is a perfect example of that, but we played Summerfest in Milwaukee a few weeks ago, and all through the afternoon we were headlining the stage we were on, so we sound checked and set up first thing in the day, and then all the rest of the day we just had to kind of hang out while the other bands were playing. And for most of the day on all the stages in the afternoon, they had the School of Rock uh, kids from all the different chapters of School of Rock come and perform. So it was like 3 or 4 hours of School of Rock kids playing playing songs, different arrangements of kids on stage. And I watched Lizzie in the afternoon stand by herself, side stage and backstage, just watching these kids play and smiling and clapping and wooing and cheering people on and giving people hugs when they came off, and whatever. Not because there was any cameras around, not because, a group of people walked her out and was like, "We need you to make an appearance." That's just like what she does. And it's very, very cool. They're the real deal. And their band plays with zero click track, backing
Oh,
tracks,
not even clicks.
no auto tune, no nothing. All real amps. Um, they change songs on the fly. The set list is different every night.
Okay, I have a question. So
Hmm.
I'll be playing my first set of shows with a country artist next weekend.
Cool.
Playing with In Your Mind
Congrats.
for the first time, or I'll be playing with
Okay.
In Your Mind for the first time. Um, I'm just curious to know what when you're saying playing with Lilith, what
Mhm.
is your monitor mix like? Like, what are you hearing?
Yeah, so I got suggested when I first started using in-ears as well. I got suggested to, as like a good starting place, is to get yourself a little bit of everything and a little bit of everybody, but then put yourself a bit higher than all of that. Some people, especially vocalists, can have a really strange time or like put together what somebody would consider a strange mix because it will be a ton of their vocal, a ton of reverb, and then virtually nothing else. Um, but at the end of the day, it just comes down to what you need and what helps you, do what you need to do as best as you can. But that's a pretty good starting point. If you are used to hearing everybody or you're used to listening to everybody, uh, just get everything in your ears a little bit. And then, are you playing guitar or bass?
Bass.
Okay, then push your bass guitar up so you can always hear that. Yeah, that's what I would suggest. It doesn't need to be anything crazy or whatever. Just get like an even amount of everything and then push yourself high
Just
enough that you can hear yourself for sure. Um, so I did a few country gigs 2 weekends ago now, and we were on in ears for that. And in that case, there was somebody who was playing the accordion, there was somebody who was playing the fiddle, there was a few people that were doing background vocals. In that situation, my mix comprised of kind of similar thing. I started with like a even-ish amount of everything, but the things that I really didn't need to hear specifically to help me make the show happen or play everything I needed to do right, I actually brought those things down a little bit. Like some of the background vocals of the other vocalists that weren't the lead singer, I brought those down. Yeah, I like little bit of everything, prioritize stuff you really need, depriority prioritize stuff that you really don't. Yeah, it's a little bit funny of a change going from playing shows with, sound all around you to having everything being right in your ears. Can be a little funny at first. Um, but it's definitely helpful.
Yeah, I'm excited to try it. So I've only ever played with the stage monitors, so and sometimes that's a nightmare,
Yeah, definitely.
especially with
Um,
bass, because sometimes you lose a lot of that low end and you can't hear
yep.
it that well. So, Ian, do you have any more questions? We're just
I
yapping
think that
about,
about wraps it up,
yeah,
man.
we're just yapping about gear now.
Yeah,
But
true. No,
okay,
this is cool. I love getting to catch up with you guys. Yeah, I feel like yeah, we talked about rap music a little bit while you were away on your sneaky
mysterious phone
business.
call.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean I don't like these days I don't listen to a lot of rap music, but okay, so let's choose at least one guilty pleasure type music or artist or honestly I've never loved referring to music like this as a guilty pleasure because it's not necessary to refer to something like that that's art that you enjoy that you should have to feel guilty about it. But we know what we're talking about, like a artist or a kind of music that's maybe out of the ordinary from the genres that, we sort of focus on in our space.
I have a very niche one that probably only Canadians will know about. But there was a band in like 2010. They were called Stereos. They were on the MTV, that was it Cribs or whatever the hell it was called.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won that the one year. Um, they are the most typical pop boy band. When they were a band, I was probably like 8, and their music videos would come on the Family Channel, the Disney Channel, and to this day, I'll still throw on a little bit of Stereos here and there, and being jam
Stereos.
into this very auto-tuned pop music. And it's funny enough, I've actually become pretty well acquainted with the lead singer of that band, which is hilarious. Um, but yeah, Stereos, I'll give a very niche answer.
Okay. And then you said they're Canadian?
Yeah, Canadian from Alberta.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, that's a good one. What do you got, Ian? Now that you've discussed how you listen to all kinds of music anyways, is there a specific outlier?
Katy Perry.
Okay, dude,
Katy Perry.
I got
Yeah.
no issues with that. Especially sort of early days
Oh yeah.
Katy Perry.
There's a movie called The Interview with James Franco and Seth
Yeah.
Rogen,
Yep.
and it's it's about how they interview Kim Jong Un,
Hmm.
and his guilty pleasure, Kim Jong Un in the movie, is Firework by Katy Perry.
Yeah. She was the voice of a generation for a little while there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
now she's kind of canceled, kind of,
I
sort of
guess
ish.
she kind of
Yeah,
had a rough go of it the last couple of years.
yeah. I mean, she's dating the former Prime Minister of Canada, so that's kind of
Yes,
um
I saw that.
that's a thing. I don't know. She went to space and then all hell broke loose, I think. I don't know.
I forgot. Yep,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
that got her in some hot water for sure. She was hot and she was cold. She's yes and she's no.
And she's in and out.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you, Evan?
Well, I've thought about this afternoon, and I have a harder time if I try to think of a different answer. So the one that has just been so easily coming to me is Ed Sheeran. Big, big Ed Sheeran fan.
Is
I'm a
he the
bit of
redhead?
a,
Yeah, he's the redhead.
I'm,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm a sucker for a super well written, basic, like couple of acoustic guitar chords, good melody kind of songwriter. And I don't know, I think he's just one of the best guys at doing that over the last 15 years or so.
Yep, Ed Sheeran's good. I will also give honorable mentions to the old Justin Bieber.
Yeah, for sure.
Honorable mentions to JB.
Yeah.
Who didn't have a massive crush on him in elementary school, you know?
I didn't.
Listen, all oh, also, I was obsessed with the Jonas Brothers when I was in elementary school. I had a Jonas Brothers pencil case, backpack, and lunchbox. Nick Jonas had
That,
my heart. He doesn't,
that,
but he holds a
that,
special place in my heart
The
still.
the Joe Bros are back though. Haven't they been huge again for the last several
Yes,
years?
they have been. That hey,
Yeah.
that's enough out of you.
What about DNCE?
DNCU was pretty good. I mean, they had that one really good song. Cake by the Ocean was good, but
Cake by the Ocean was good. There was a couple jams on there.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Toothbrush. Don't know if you
yeah.
know anything about Toothbrush on that album.
They're
That's a good track.
the guitar player for DNC plays guitar for the Jonas Brothers. She
Nice.
he like rips. Super cool. So,
That is a huge gig.
no kidding. Could you imagine
That
playing for
would be
the Jonas Brothers?
incredible.
That'd be pretty sweet.
I'm trying to think. I don't really have a favorite rapper these days, but back in the day, I was like a huge Tupac guy, super, super into Tupac, but a less mainstream one of those. I don't even know if you guys will have heard of this person, but this guy named Hobson. Have you ever heard of Hobson?
No.
Yeah, he was never super popular, and a lot of people thought that he had really corny raps and like a corny way of putting words together. But I've always been a huge fan of wordsmithing, and whether that's in rap music or whether that's in, any other kind of lyrical situation, I think it's so awesome when people put words together in a way that's interesting or unexpected, or they say something like lyrically, there's no better moment than listening to a song and something passes you by and you have to pause and go, wait, what did they say? And you run it back and you think, oh my God, that's so good. Here's a gig that I can think of that, depending on the circles that I'm talking in, might be looked at as a guilty pleasure gig. Um, I would love in some time in my life to be able to play guitar for like a Florida Georgia line or a band of that caliber, what I call like an arena country band. Um, just big stages, play big fat open chords, rip six solos, great lyrics, great harmonies, that sort of thing.
Mhm. If you could pick three bands or solo artists to play guitar, like do you have any like dream people that would you like love to play with? Because I know for me as a musician, I have like a couple people.
To play with. Yeah, I mean, a Florida Georgia Line style gig like that, it wouldn't even need to be that band specifically, but they're a great, example for that slot. Interesting question. Um, I haven't thought about this in a while. How about while I'm thinking of these other two, if you have your three off the top of your head, let them ride, and I'll circle back
Well,
around to those.
it's really funny because you have the gig of the top one that I want. I would love to play for Lilith,
The
obviously.
LC gig,
Absolutely. That's actually the number one that I would love, bass or guitar.
you would be such an awesome, awesome guitar player for her.
I that is my top person I would love to play with. Like I know a bunch of the songs. She's super cool and yeah, just totally up my alley of playing.
Hmm.
Honestly, I think you and me as a guitar duo with Lilith would be like we'd be like the Jake and Jinx of
It'd be
Lilith.
so good.
But yeah, so Lilith is the top. Oh, we did mention the Jonas Brothers. That would be pretty sweet. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
lie. That'd be a pretty huge gig. So I'll say Jonas Brothers, and then the third. I don't know if I have a third. I'm gonna have to think on a third.
That's all right. I got another one in the meantime. Similar sort of reasonings as like a Florida Georgia Line sort of situation, but that same thing, but in a purely pop context. Now, I don't think that at this very moment I have the chops or the stylistic ability to do this sort of role, but playing for like a Bruno Mars would be
Hmm.
really cool.
Yeah,
Really, really cool. Here's a fun one. I don't know if this is like a bucket list thing, but do you guys know the band Camino?
I feel like I've heard the name. Yeah.
The band Camino is awesome. They're like a really kick-ass pop rock band. They're out touring with 5 Seconds of Summer right now. And yeah, it's really good pop rock music, tons of guitars, guitar solos, bunch of really interesting synths and stuff like that. They're one of my, I have a shorthand list of bands where I would these days so happily just buy a ticket and go, stand in the middle of the crowd and watch them because I dig their show so much. But yeah, I guess now that I'm thinking about it, all of these answers are kind of centered around a fun, somewhat pop centric gig, um, that would be big shows. Now, it's somewhat of a not an outlier, but a different version of that. I couldn't name you an artist specifically, but when I played bass for Hyro the Hero, which I forget if you guys know any of his music, but he raps, but it's like metal, very inspired from Rage Against the Machine and things of that nature. Really aggressive, but really cool. I loved playing bass in Hyro the Hero. It was so fun and the energy was great, but it was also such an awesome opportunity to take my mindset out of guitar only space and how do I play this solo right? How do I, you know, thinking of strumming and thinking of what kind of chords you're going to use or this or that and switching gears and thinking, oh, I'm a member of the rhythm section. My focus is to lock in with the drummer as best as I can and nail these, you know, hits and breaks and the timings of these sorts of things as well as I could. Plus, that band was super frantic, so everyone was always running around on stage and pushing each other and jumping around. That was so fun. So something like that too.
Ian, I'm curious to know if you had any musical talent. And I'm not saying you don't. You play trumpet. I take that back. You're talented at the trumpet. I forgot.
Mhm.
But if you could play like guitar, bass, or drums or whatnot with any band, who would you want to play with?
Any band?
Any band, any solo artist.
Black Veil Brides. Easy.
Playing what?
Yeah, what would you
Easy.
want to
Playing
play?
drums.
You taking
Playing
Cece's job?
drums.
Cece,
Uh,
Ian's coming for you.
have you guys
No,
ever
I'm
had
not.
CC on?
No, unfortunately,
We'd
not.
love to.
We've
We
had,
would love
I've
to.
interviewed Jake, Jinx, and Lonnie. Ian's interviewed Lonnie.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Andy hasn't been on yet. I know that you guys do that. I know that you guys have been tagging and whatnot. And it seems like
I,
it's such a no-brainer.
at this point, it's the ball is in his court. I've spent 8 years trying to. I'm just, oh, I'm tired.
8? I thought it
Yep.
was 6.
No, it's been like 7 or 8.
It'll happen.
I
It'll happen.
ball is in that man's court. I can't chase him anymore.
Yeah, maybe so there's a lot of things in life that I refer to as the Chinese finger trap method. And I think that maybe this is one of those where as soon as you stop trying, it'll, you know,
I've tried.
manifest on its own.
We've tried. We've stopped trying, then we try again.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do Black Veil covers. I do Andy Black covers. I'm just like,
I do ridiculous things and I tag Andy in them.
although Andy did see it was Evan. I was kind of losing my mind a little bit. Andy liked two of my covers with all within a week apart.
Nice.
One was a Lilith cover and it was on TikTok. How did you get here, sir? Why did you like this? It was freaking me out.
I'm sure it's gonna happen. I mean, you have basically every piece of the equation covered. You've
Well,
interviewed his bandmates and his wife and his
Lilith,
wife's
no, this is what
bandmates.
Lilith said. She was like, after I'm done talking to you guys, I'm going to talk to Andy and tell him how great the podcast went. And maybe later on we'll do it together. And we were
Yeah,
like, okay.
I
that
looked
would be
at her and
cool.
I go, don't you say those things. Don't you say
Okay.
those things out
Which would be
front of me.
best case scenario because Lilith and I know each other. Ian and Lilith know each other. Ian and I,
Yeah,
great buddies. Ian knows and like Andy knows who you are, Ian. So the
yeah,
only people that don't know each other are me and Andy. So
yeah. Oh, I'm sure that that'll end up happening. That seems like a total no-brainer.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's a really good positive note to kind
really
of wrap
is.
up on.
Really is.
Yep, agreed. Well, thank you guys for having me again.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
This
It's good.
Always is. Always
this
is.
was a lot of fun.